The following is a N.E.R.D Productions podcast.
Hi, my name is Annie, and I like salsa.
Hi, my name's Eric, and I don't like salsa.
Today is part 2 of reading more Reddit stories. Are you excited?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Somewhat.
Are you the meanie?
To say, and this is Eric and Annie talk about, right?
Oh,
yes.
and this is Eric and Annie talk about. And today we're talking about Reddit stories.
Yeah.
Part 2. Reaction cast on a reaction cast. 4 layers removed. Oh no. So today, I think we're gonna just jump right into it since last time our beginning conversation, not very good anyways. And it took forever to get through, so I think we're gonna get started pretty straight in. Does that sound good to the producer?
I gotta read this, okay? I didn't listen to none of what you just said, but are you ready?
Yes.
Brace yourself, honey. Okay. Am I the meanie for being furious after my ex-girlfriend told me our breakup was just a test?
No, he's not the meanie. You can skip to the next story. Go ahead and read it. But I already know. This guy's a saint.
You're like, I love him.
This guy, his name is Jimmy, and he is the most solid dude you've ever met. The girl, her name's Veronica, or something like that.
She's
That's
mean.
a Veronica move, and she's mean. Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
A few days ago, I got a message from my ex out of nowhere. We haven't talked in weeks. I, 22, and my girlfriend, 20, dated for 8 months. A few weeks ago, I got a message from my now ex-girlfriend telling me that she felt like we weren't working anymore and that she needed time to focus on herself, and that I was too available. I was really broken and sad because I thought our relationship was pretty solid, but I respected her decision. Fast forward to now, she messaged me asking to talk. I agree, thinking maybe it's closure or some kind of apology. Instead, she tells me that she never actually wanted to break up. According to her, it was a test to see if I'd fight for her. She wanted to see if I'd prove my love by not letting her go so easily. But I didn't chase after her. She said it broke her heart, and now that I've grown and seem stronger, she wants to try again. It's been 2 weeks. What do you mean you've grown stronger?
I have so many things to say.
But let me finish. I'm almost done. I was speechless. I asked if she was serious. She said, yes, that he thought breaking up would reignite the spark. I told her that what she did was manipulative and cruel. She said I was overreacting and that I should take it as a compliment. She wants me back now. You're so lucky I want you back now. I blocked her. I feel like my trust is completely broken, and the idea of being tested like that still makes me sick. So,
Yes,
am I
Jimmy.
the
Nope, you are not. This should be Am I the Saint?
Yeah, that is manipulative.
Okay, multiple angles that this could be from. I could tell that she was the one who said that she wanted to focus on herself because it seems like that's the only thing she thinks about.
Evidently.
Veronica, yeah. Oh, just so many layers. Hey, I don't like that you're around all the time, so I'll break up with you. Is that what she means by being too available?
I guess.
Or was he like still on the market?
Being too available is such a weird thing because available means when I need you, you're there, right?
But or did that mean he was being like a little promiscuous?
Always around.
Or is he always around? 'Cause the way I took it, it could mean either, but I assumed always around.
Well, if he's always available for her, like, that's a good thing.
You're always around, so I'm gonna break up with you, so you'll never be around.
The argument would be clingy, and that's bad. But available means not in your face, but if you need me, I can be there now, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I don't even know if, like, being around all the time is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we wanted to be each other all the time when we were
Yes. I don't I understand her position from a selfish perspective. So
Okay, but if you want to see if he will fight for you before you get married, let there be actual real life situations where he will have to. You know what I mean?
don't 8
Instead
months
of
in
just-
break up and then say, because fighting for a person isn't fighting the person usually. It's, hey, I want to break up with you. I'm not happy about it, but I'll respect your decision because I respect you as a person. Why didn't you fight for me? Well, the other option would be, hey, no, you're not leaving this relationship and you're staying here, which you would also be upset with Veronica. So,
Also
no.
valid.
Also, I feel like potentially she did not mean it as a test. Potentially it was, hey, I broke up, and then she's like, oh, poop, now I'm alone,
It's
and I regret it, and then she's like,
honey.
wait, I was only kidding.
It's interesting that you say that, because here in the things,
Keep going.
it says, comments basically said that she suspected she tried things with another guy, it didn't work, so she came crawling back to him. Which is essentially what you were saying.
Most of the comments were like, she basically cheated on, broke up, tried it out with another guy, it went horrible, so she was like...
Which, like, you can't really do. Like, I understand if you're with somebody, and then you break up for a long time, and then you date another person, and, like, you come back together eventually. That's a different
How long have
circumstance.
they been apart? 2 weeks?
2 weeks!
Man, she's a flip-flopper.
I can't live without you. I mean, I tried smooching on Jimmy for a while, but I just can't live without you. You know what I mean? His lips were nothing like yours.
Exactly. Take me back. It was a test.
I was just kidding.
It's like, hey, we broke up, and then you're like, wait. She texted?
No.
She hasn't talked to me in weeks. Hey, honey. She should have, if she wanted to try that, you just pretend like you didn't quit the job. You just walk in like you... Wait, I was kidding. You didn't realize it was a joke?
That's true.
That's basically what she did.
But, like, stupider. But, like,
Yes.
that just... It was fair to block her, but he's still going to be the bad guy. Because she's going to be like, why did you block me? And she's going to tell all her friends and her mom, oh no,
exactly.
he blocked me! And then he's going to be the bad guy.
This is what happens when you don't spank your children enough.
Sorry.
It's true. They grow up to be Veronica. When you don't handle it when they're young, they learn that they are the boss. If you are not the boss of your children, they will be the boss of you. And that is, when you brought up the mother, that's what made me think of it, because that is exactly true. Mama's, oh, honey, I am so sorry that you were treated that way. That is exactly what she was going to say.
Well, speaking of controversy, Eric, you want to go ahead and read the next story?
Okay.
I thought you were going to bring up Michael Tate or something. Speaking of controversy, you guys see the new video? There is a video released. Yeah. Probably don't watch it.
I also appreciate how my controversial opinions are just like, okay, let's move on. But am I wrong?
I mean,
You grow up to be
They're allowed to
Veronica.
do whatever they want.
Exactly.
Or she's had to be creative. Like, maybe the only way she could have a good relationship with her parents was to do some similar things where she had to, like, trick them into spending time with her.
That's
It's a
true.
vicious cycle. But
That's
also,
very
she's a terrible
sad.
person.
No, exactly.
Also, you
That's like
think
when
that everyone
when
hates
you're like, hey, let's do the backstory of the wicked villain.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, at the meeting.
You sounded like a trumpet a little bit.
Maybe you guys will relate to this a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
Not really, but.
Oh, dear.
Why did you say that? That's so
It has something
rude.
to do with the wedding.
Oh, dear.
Am I at the meeting for telling my mom my little sister with Down syndrome can't be the flower girl for my wedding?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my pre-verdict as I've been doing. Potentially no.
Okay, this
Probably
could go,
no.
This could go either way. It could go either way.
My assumption, probably no, potentially yes. For the record, I just want to say to the 80% of it doesn't have to do with her condition.
Only 20%.
Clarification.
Oh, for the record, I just wanted to say that 80% of it doesn't have to do with her condition.
Oh,
Responding to the first part. It's not that she has Down syndrome. 80% of it.
there's 20% of it. For some context, I'm a 25-year-old female. My fiance is a 27-year-old male. We're getting married this October, and I'm very excited. And I believe my fiance, who we will call James, is the love of my life. However, there was a lot of drama when my mom asked for my little sister, 8-year-old female, of course, to be the flower girl. my mom had me very young and was honestly never really there for me. When she had my sister at much older with a new husband, she was immediately the angel child who my mom would drop everything for. My sister also has Down syndrome, which of course I'm very sympathetic about, but sometimes it's hard because she has a habit of saying off-topic, random, and sometimes offensive things, yelling loudly and making people very uncomfortable. My original plan for my flower girl was James's niece, 6-year-old female, who is very dear to me. When James and I first started dating in early 2023, his sister was one of the first people in my life to actually care for me, and we became very close. When I shared with my mom that I wanted James's niece to be the flower girl, she and my stepfather, along with some other family, became very angry and told me I was judging her because of her condition. Okay, so she did nothing wrong, which I guess is a tiny bit of it. But mostly, I love James's niece and his sister, and they were there for me when my own family was not. Anyway, now a lot of my family is mad at me and threatening not to come to my wedding, and if I'm going to be this exclusive, and I'm left wondering, am I the meanie? James says he supports me, and if I want to change the flower girl to my sister, supports me if I want to change to the flower girl to my sister. But we both want his niece to be the flower girl. I did already tell his niece, okay, and she was very excited. My sister-in-law is a bridesmaid in my wedding, and I wanted to include, I guess, my soon-to-be niece as well. So, am I the meanie? Okay, you're not the meanie.
No.
You have a terrible family. That's the problem with it.
Well, it's your wedding. You can do whatever you want.
That and her family just adores the fact that they have a disabled child. It's their favorite accessory. Because then whenever something doesn't go their way, they can just throw that out there. It makes me mad when people do that. There are YouTube channels, there's things dedicated to, this is my disabled son. It's just so hard to be the mother of a disabled child. Oh, he got rejected. Things like that. Like the whole family is like, we're mad, we just won't come. I'd say good.
Yeah, but but also you have to think she already made plans. Other little girls already excited.
No, I'm saying that's beside the fact. I'm just saying the rest of her family.
No, I agree. I'm just saying she's perfectly justified. It's her wedding. She can have whoever she wants.
Yeah, I'm saying she's perfectly justified regardless. She's also said that her sister can't behave well in that setting. That's a behavioral issue.
She wasn't like, hey, I hate you.
Exactly.
Shut up. Don't come to the wedding.
She's not, I hate you and your disabilities. She is, no, you don't control yourself and haven't been made to control yourself.
She's just like, I've
already made plans.
She never said she didn't love her. She never said anything like that.
And only 80% doesn't have to do with her disability.
Only 80%?
Only 80% of it is personal.
Right. So there is an update. So before you read on, Eric, what do you think happens?
Family gets mad. They still come, most of them, I would say.
But you're saying that she's not, the husband's saying if you want to back.
Oh, she's not backing out.
Okay.
Or at least that would be my advice to her.
I would say she's going to back out and let her little sister be the flower girl.
If she does, things are going to go poorly. Because you can never make people like this happy.
That's true.
Edit.
Hot takes.
I want to say that it really doesn't matter if her Down syndrome causes her to misbehave at the wedding. It's more the way I know my mother would act about it. I know weddings aren't usually picture perfect, but I know my mom would brush it off and call us all meanies if she did have a tantrum or something. Instead of dealing with it, would just let my wedding be disrupted. I truly want my sister to feel special, and I think I will include her as a flower girl, because I don't want to blame her for how my mom treats me and the relationship I have with her.
That's it.
Poor decisions. Poor decisions.
She says a flower girl, not the flower girl.
I was going to say, why don't we have 2 flower girls?
That might be cute.
That would be kind of cute. We should have had 2 flower girls. I don't know any other little girls, though. So, that would have been difficult.
I disagree with her decision.
But actually, you brought us something with the mom.
No, yeah, it's totally the mom's fault.
Yeah, well, it's not the sister's fault.
Not much her fault.
How
I
would
would
it
say
be?
it's as much as she cares about the disability her
It's
fault.
about 20%.
It's about 20% her fault.
Yeah.
80% the way that she's been raised.
Yeah.
I would say.
Wow. Okay. Well,
But no, I don't think you're the meanie.
No, not at all.
And I don't
If
think
you're
it's
out there,
the sister's fault
OP,
either.
you're not the meanie.
I don't think it's the sister's fault either. It's the mom.
Oh, yeah.
And the stepdad. It's
And the rest of their family.
Yeah, they can all.
You can just not come. That's fine.
Touch
It'll probably
grass.
be better without you. Wow, touch grass. I prefer kick rocks, but
Go touch grass.
yeah, go pound sand. I like.
well. Speaking of weddings,
Oh my goodness.
there's another wedding one and the last story.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Probably
You
not.
are.
Probably not. I don't know. I caught a glimpse
No,
of the title, but I
you
didn't
are.
see what it was exactly.
Am I the meanie for revealing that I was pregnant at my brother's wedding? Yes.
I guess.
Oh, Eric!
I don't.
Ooh, fight.
Well, I mean, I feel a big thing
Okay.
about that is the sister married.
Okay.
I feel like that has a big bearing on it.
Let's read and see how this
Because
goes.
one way it's like happy stain, and then other way, put a stain on the wedding.
Well, you don't know the family situation that might be all for it.
That's true.
Okay.
Mm,
Are you ready?
people. Yeah, go ahead.
I, 31 female, attended my younger brother's wedding, 28 male's wedding last weekend. It was a beautiful event, and I was genuinely happy for him. We've always been a pretty close family, and I was looking forward to seeing everyone again. That being said, I'm currently 16 weeks pregnant with my first child. My husband and I had planned to wait until after the first trimester and after the wedding to tell everyone, because we didn't want to overshadow the wedding with baby news, and also because of the caution. Here's the thing. I didn't realize how much I had started showing. I didn't post on social media much, and with how busy everything's been, I didn't think anyone would notice under the flowy dress I picked. I even tried on multiple options to find one that didn't make it obvious, but apparently it was obvious anyway. At the reception, a couple of cousins pulled me aside and asked if I was pregnant. I didn't want to lie, so I quietly said yes, but asked them to keep it on the down low, because I hadn't told the rest of my family yet. Well, you can guess how that went. Word spread, and by dessert, my mom came up to me teary-eyed saying, "You're expecting?" Then the other guests started congratulating me, and I kept trying to redirect the conversation back to my brother and sister-in-law. Later that night, my sister-in-law pulled me aside and told me I could have waited one more day and that it felt like I was announcing this on her day. I apologized and tried to explain it wasn't planned. I genuinely didn't think it wasn't that noticeable. She just said that I could have worn something less obvious, which the bump would have shown anyways. I didn't know what she's trying to imply here. My brother hasn't said much, but he's been a little distant since. I feel awful that this somehow became a distraction, even if unintentionally, but at the same time, I didn't make a toast or post or anything to try and tell anyone. People asked and I couldn't lie. I can't exactly hide my body either. Am I the meanie?
No, your family is.
That was...
It's your cousins and your sister-in-law.
I would feel differently if she was like at the reception, "Hey everybody, I'm expecting."
Exactly, it's not her fault. She did
But-
not
This is a
Yeah.
tale as old as time. There's so many stories like this where they like.
Oh, I've heard like
the
people
best
announce
man
that they were gonna get
gives
married or
speech,
whatever.
and they're like, and by the way, honey, and the best man pulls up his wife, and they're like, "We're expecting."
Oh, is that a
It's
thing
about-
that
oh my
happens?
goodness.
I've not seen that.
Because it's bad because it's supposed to be about the couple
Yeah.
getting married and not about somebody else. But
Yeah.
this was slightly different.
That's not
Oh, that's
her
not
fault
her
at
fault at
all.
all. No, she even went
That's
the
like-
extra mile to try and
Exactly.
conceal it. It just didn't work.
That's like saying, if you're pregnant, don't come to the wedding because you'll distract from me because
Yeah.
I'm all that matters.
Yeah.
It's very much sister-in-law got a big ego from what I can tell. You could have waited
Yeah,
one more day, you fatso. It's basically what she said. Translation:
yeah.
why are you
that
so
was not-
pregnant?
Why are you so pregnant all the time?
And also, she's like not gonna lie, which I respect her for, because lying just gets you in more trouble
Yeah.
and stuff. I had a joke already lined up. I was gonna be like, you couldn't have just eaten one extra dessert, and people would have just got drawn their own conclusions. But
No, but yeah.
nah, she's not the meanie.
No, that wasn't her fault.
That's not
she,
your
like I
fault
said,
at
she
all.
even tried to hide it, and it just
Exactly.
didn't happen. That's not her fault. Yeah. Sister-in-law and brother.
Sister-in-law, brother, and cousins.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say the cousins are the jerks.
Yeah, they spread it.
Well, for spreading it. I thought you meant for
I
asking.
took it as they were kids, maybe.
You should know better than to spread.
I thought you
you're
meant
told,
for asking.
Hey, don't tell anybody. No, you're not mean for asking.
You're a jerk
I mean,
for spreading.
it's a risk for asking.
Well, yeah.
Let me be very clear. Very risky to ask.
But also, if you know somebody and they see them, well, evidently they don't see each other often, so never mind.
But yeah, you're not mean for being pregnant at the wedding. That is the thing that you did.
The comments may or may not agree with you.
They probably don't.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Comments basically say, if she knew that she was showing already, she should have told them days before the wedding. You could have done that, but it's also her baby and she gets to decide when she's telling everybody.
What happened to her body, her choice?
Mic drop!
Just saying. What happened to that? Seems to only apply when it's convenient for you.
I think we should change the name to
Wow,
the
dude.
Eric's Hot Take podcast.
Yeah. Hot take.
I do appreciate.
Hot Takes with Eric Wooten.
All right, this is our last story.
Better be a doozy.
Sister-in-law expressed, I don't deserve our new house. Now husband's family is melting down.
Oh dear.
Ongoing. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
What is this? What, Reddit?
Originally posted by Two Hot Takes.
Oh, that-
June 7th, 2025. My husband, 38-year-old man, and me, or I, 33-year-old female. Robbing the cradle there, Joe. Just bought... I know, it's fine. See, I just say snappy things to be funny. They don't have to be true. Just bought our first house. My husband has a pretty high-paying job. I work and make a decent salary, but our budget to buy a house was definitely influenced more by his earnings. We had his family over last week. Generally, I loved his parents. They've always been really good to me, and they're fun. I've not spent as much time with his sister outside of holiday gatherings, but we do have her son, husband's nephew.
the sister
Yeah,
son.
oh, yep. That makes sense now. Stay with us for a week over the summer the last few years, so I know him well too and love him. So everyone mentioned above comes over. We show them around the house. At one point, I'm showing the sister-in-law the kitchenette in the basement, and I say something like, it's great that our house has this space now, so if you want to visit us, you'll have basically a separate apartment. She goes, our house? Is it also your house? I'm immediately confused, but also, I guess she could have assumed my husband bought it on his own. I said, yeah, we bought it together. And she goes, do you think you deserve to own half of this house? I don't know. I just think that's crazy. I was shocked. There are many O's. Is that how you read that? And I mostly panicked. Said,
Okay.
well, I do, yeah. And fled to the basement. I immediately told my... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you are married, when you are joined in marriage, you own half of what that other person has.
Behind your finances.
Yeah, you have it together. See, we should have Dave Ramsey on.
Exactly.
He would be proud of that.
No,
Anyway.
that's what I was thinking of the whole time. I'm like, this whole thing would be settled if you just acknowledged that you was combining your finances.
I mean, when you're married, it's both of yours. Yes, she has, even if she didn't make a cent of that money, it's her house too.
Because you're not two people.
No, you're
person
one.
now.
That's how marriage works. That's literally what marriage is. Anywho.
They're not just roommates. Anyway.
Roommates living in the same house.
I fled to the basement. I immediately told my husband, away from his family. See, that's the way to handle it. Hey, honey, your sister's a jerk.
Did she actually say that?
No. But no, you do it separately. Good on her.
Yeah.
And he in turn immediately went to talk to his sister. Oh, he's going to handle things. I went to hang out with his parents and didn't say anything to them, but then we heard shouting outside. My husband and sister were yelling at each other. I know people are different with their siblings, but I've never really heard him yell before. I could hear him tell her that we don't have a prenup, and she called him an idiot. Judging by there's no mention of a brother-in-law, her sister's probably divorced, because that's probably the kind of person she is.
She's probably never married.
No, she has a kid. She probably got married,
Probably
had a
never
kid,
married.
got divorced, and didn't get anything out of it. So that's why she's like, you're an idiot if you didn't sign anything. That's what I mean by
Okay, that
that's the
makes
kind of
more
person she is.
sense, I guess.
Because she
but-
probably, you know...
I meant to stomp Annie's toes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway. But yeah, that's the way I'm reading this situation. Yeah. She's bitter that she didn't get anything when she divorced her husband.
Well, like, some people actually love their spouse and, you know, are planning on divorcing them for
exactly.
no reason. I mean...
I had to tell his parents what was going on. They went and intervened and left pretty quickly with his sister and nephew, who didn't hear any of this through the magic of video games, I think. His mom said sorry to me on the way out, as she should. I did touch base with my husband, and he was livid, like, way more angry than I'd expect. He told me that before we got married, his sister was the beneficiary of his life insurance. He thought she was angry over essentially being removed from all his assets, but we've been married 3 years. She apparently had texted him about being added to the house paperwork a few weeks ago during the buying process, and he just ignored her. Yeah, like I said, it is the way this woman is. She's like, no, you shouldn't share all this with your wife. You should share it with me.
No, that's...
She's a money grubber.
Is that a break? Or?
Yeah, there's a break.
So what do we think?
Oh.
Basically, what you already said.
Yeah.
She did nothing wrong.
So far.
Life insurance is in there. What do you think about that?
I think that was dumb, but I assume he just, you know. This actually ties into my thought about her being divorced or her husband leaving her, whatever happened. The man's no longer in the picture, and her older brother was being sweet, right, and put her on the life insurance because she had a kid. Was basically what he did, is the way I'm assuming it was. So in case anything ever happened to him, he could take care of his sister and his nephew. Sweet and noble. But the thing is, you try to do nice things for people, and it generally just gets messier.
That's true.
With that kind of a person.
But also, I mean, he got married.
Exactly.
That's
when it's no
his
longer
wife.
a courtesy, and it's expected, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah. Like, how about this? She can get her own husband.
Probably had one.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
He probably left. Can you blame him?
I did consider saying that, yeah. I divorced his sorry butt. Now I can be the carefree person I always was.
You have to reap the fishy consequences
Exactly. Are you
of your
ready?
actions.
His parents have reached out to me and have been very sweet.
Update?
/ apologetic. No.
Oh, this is just kidding.
Yeah. But they really want to fix things. And I've asked if I'll talk to sister-in-law. No, because she already apologized. There's no need to bring it up. Just show in your actions, not your words, that things are good. But anyway. I'm trying to step away from it and just say it's now between my husband and and his sister. Is that fair? Of course, I'm a bit hurt by her saying that. But at the end of the day, if she has problems with how he's handling his assets, that's between the two of them, right? Let me type that the way it should be. But at the end of the day, if she has a problem with the way he's handling his assets, that's in her mind. Because she has no say. Because it's his assets. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's between the two of them, right? I feel really bad because his family has always been so sweet. Vipers. And I really love his nephew. So I also want things to be fixed. And then there's the edit. But yeah, that's not between her husband and her sister because it doesn't matter what her sister thinks.
No, I think what she means is if she's upset that he has changed the beneficiary of all his assets when he dies to his wife instead of her, that's between them two. She don't need to be in that fight.
Yeah, but there doesn't need to be a fight.
Right,
No, that's obvious.
If she's trying to make it something.
Okay.
You don't want to, as the wife, be like, no, I'm taking everything from you.
Because the way that I read that is like, okay, you know? If you have a problem with the way your brother handles his finances, It's not like, hey, this is a conversation between me and you. It's not your business.
It would be weird if she was still the beneficiary.
Yes.
That would be so weird.
It'd be weird if Annie was like, hey, Roger, you've been getting a lot of fast food recently. I'm concerned about your finances. You know, I want some of that to go to me.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Isn't that a little
so weird.
Isn't that a little weird?
No, you have zero say in what I do with my money.
It's like it's like, anyway, I had just taken issue with it's between you and me. It's like, no, because that's not a conversation that needs to be had.
Right. I think her point is.
If it does.
Or her brother just said, hey, look, I got married. You were for a bit, but now my wife is, if I pass away, I love my wife more than you. You're my sister. So we'll just put it out there. You're supposed to want to be responsible on anybody. And you're supposed to even take care of them if you pass, if you're able to. You know what I mean? With the money that you made.
Exactly. And I understand. That's what I'm saying by he tried to do something very nice. That's me reading into the story, but at the very least it lines up a little bit. He was trying to be a sweet, decent human being. He was being nicer than he was required to be. Are we ready for the edit?
Okay.
Wow, this blew up a bit. I will make an update. We have plans to chat about it today and speak with his patients, I assume parents, to figure out how we want to go forward. I agree with essentially all of you, and I'm not planning to discuss it with her until she apologizes and to answer some common questions. Just pause right there. You're poking a hornet's nest.
What do you mean?
You could have just left it at that. She did apologize. On her way out, she said she was sorry for what she said. Getting the parents involved and making a big production out of it.
That's fair.
No, let it die.
That's fair. Let people
You
get
don't
over
need to
it
think
themselves.
about it a second time.
Well, but she was kind of saying that it kind of came out of left field, so what is,
But
maybe she's concerned.
See what I'm saying? You're poking a hornet's nest, though.
See.
Because you're getting the Supreme Tribunal together. We'll see how we'll move forward. And she has to, and now she's got to the point where she's feeling like she's entitled to something. She's like, until she apologizes. Well, by your own admission, she already did. And now you want her to answer questions besides. Like I said, poking a hornet's nest. You don't want to bring this on yourself. But she will. She's going to. All right. Ha! I was right. Nephew's dad is not and has not been in the picture for a long time. Point for Rhoda. Sister-in-law has been in and out of relationships with not the best types of dudes. They should hire me to profile people. Pretty spot on. She is younger and there's no other siblings. Yes, there's been a pattern of her getting more help from their parents, but it's because she really needs it. With being a single mom, and my husband has always been pretty independent. I promise I don't tell every person on the street about our lack of a prenup. My husband did come into the marriage with a lot of assets. Mr. Moneybags. So I think when his friends and family expressed curiosity about a prenup, it was coming from a place of concern / care for him. And I love that. So it felt appropriate to share how we made that decision. No one ever pushed back. I've never talked to his sister about it. And I think she didn't know. But my husband sort of yelled at her in anger in a we don't even have a prenup way. We are planning on kids, but could still keep up what we currently do for the nephew, even if we did. And he just became an official teenager. So the college fund is close to contemplate. At this stage, we don't add much money to it anymore. It's just accruing. Is that how you read? Accruing. Ah! Now, relevant comments. But any thoughts on that first?
Did you skip a part?
They're being very generous.
What did they do for the nephew?
Pay to the college fund. I can assume.
You must have skipped a part.
And they keep him over at the house a week in the summer. Yeah, they mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, no, they're being very generous.
They're just being nice.
Yeah.
What?
I called it on the sister.
Oh, yeah, no, you did.
You did.
She is a grabby person. It's all about her.
Every day, all day.
Similar to that first person. She wanted the OP's brother in the first one from our first episode about Reddit stories. Mm-hmm. This girl, very similar, except she wants financial stability, and she expects it to be given to her.
And she's not going to marry a man and settle down. She's going to, try on all of them.
Clean way to say it. Going to be a floozy.
This is a family show.
Yes. Also, I feel like this whole thing could be handled with it's none of your business.
Yeah.
It's none
true.
of your business, friends, if we're going to sign anything about assets in the marriage. It's none of your business, family. It's none of your business, sister.
I agree. It's nobody's business except your husband and the wife.
Exactly.
So, read some of the comments.
Okay, relevant comments. Commenter 1. What was she planning to unalive your husband? That's just weird. Yeah, I would let the husband deal with this. I never considered murder as an option.
That took a leap.
She was on the life insurance.
That is true. Original poster. Oh no, I don't think so. I think she was just on a lot of his assets and very greedy. Did not say that, but that's what she is.
It's true.
I know
If not a
we
murderer.
definitely have a college fund for a nephew that my husband has had an open since the kid was born. Sounds like you're just a decent dude and got bad relatives.
Okay, I think that's probably enough of the comments.
Okay.
Skip to the update.
Update, June 10th, 2025. Y'all, I was not expecting that much feedback, but I'm super grateful. It was really affirming and validating to read a lot of those comments, and a bit humbling too. This recent move did move us a little bit out of town, so I'm still close with my social circle, but didn't immediately have someone to vent to. And you all were really helpful in that way. To update, she was not secretly planning to murder to get the life insurance money. No, not really. But are you sure? How'd you figure out?
It says.
To update, she was secretly planning to murder. To get his life insurance money. No, not really. Oh.
I can't handle this. Roger, why do you do this to me?
After talking a bunch, both with my husband and his parents, we figured out a few things. He didn't tell her that he's replaced her as the beneficiary, because it should be assumed on everything, because he assumed she would know that, exactly. So she had texted him during the home purchase, "Hey, do you need my signature on anything for this new house?" He had messaged back, "No." She then essentially asked if the house was an asset, set up like his life insurance. And he told her everything is set up fine and that I'm on all his paperwork. And she responded, "Okay, smiley face." So I don't think part of this is truly not knowing how marriage is supposed to work. And she seems to have expected there wouldn't be any change.
Well, obviously, she doesn't know how marriage works.
Yeah. Obviously.
Clearly.
I'm glad I'm not the only controversial one on this episode. I found out she also mentioned this with their parents. Her main concern being that if something happened to my husband, I wouldn't help her son like we've been doing as a couple. Mother-in-law and father-in-law say they told her not to worry and that I love our nephew, but that was what was going on behind the scenes before all of this. As I said, once it goes from being a courtesy to being expected, that's when it becomes a problem. I'm worried my husband is going to die and I can't be a deadbeat anymore. Basically what she said, translated. What? Did I stutter?
No.
Whose husband's gonna die?
She's worried that her brother is going to die.
Okay, yeah.
The OP's husband.
Gotcha.
And then she won't take care of her nephew like she has been doing. Which is not
his problem.
It's not. It is a courtesy, not a foregone conclusion. Exactly.
Yeah, he's being
and she's
very
treating
generous.
it like that.
But
that's the problem.
She's
greedy.
acting like he never does anything, and she's so scared she's gonna be out of this. But he's being so generous and like giving college fund money and all this other money, and she's like, "You're stupid because you won't give me more."
Exactly. Mother and father-in-law also admitted that they may have unintentionally encouraged this because they've always really encouraged their kids to support each other. But due to the various dynamics at play, what it ends up being is pressure on my husband and a sort of "your brother will always be there for you" message to his sister. This was particularly strong for the last few years before I met and married him, because his parents thought he was planning to be a lifelong bachelor. They're not wrong in this. He definitely had that mindset at a time. And so then he and his sister really were, in their eyes, each other's lifelong person. Ew. So the last few years, there had been this level of fallout I wasn't even aware of due to that. So, oh my goodness.
Did you lose where you are?
Yes, I did.
Blow it back up.
I will need that. Yes, sorry. So they were raised wrong. Partially the parents' fault.
No,
Yes.
not necessarily.
No, I
He just didn't
think
assume that he was never going to get married, so he was going to take care of his sister. That's a good thing.
you should always be there for your siblings.
Good thing in the wrong place, I would say.
Let's see, you're right. This is particularly strong the last few years before I met and married him.
Uh-huh.
But
if the parents have such a strong belief about that, why aren't they helping?
I also learned sister-in-law.
Why aren't they helping if the parents have such a strong belief about this?
Well, listen.
Anyway, I also learned that sister-in-law is not in a great financial situation, and due to past issues, the whole family essentially refuses to give her cash, but will do things like buy groceries or pay a cell phone bill, so she's a druggie too. So she's been struggling,
Makes sense.
and I think feeling a little desperate and jealous. Oh, of course, none of this is an excuse, and I'm not speaking to her until I get an apology. My husband has also said he needs at least a week or two before he speaks to her, but he does plan to. His parents are totally in agreement. Oh, but he does plan to. His parents are totally in agreement and understand they are going to tell her that we talked about the dynamics at play and that she needs to acknowledge what is going on here and take accountability for her part in it, which is all of it. So hopefully that will kickstart things in the right direction. Being too understanding and too flexible has been a difficulty for me for a long time. Having feedback about how truly messed up this situation was really helpful for me. So thank you. For me, there's a fine line between being unbothered and being a doormat. And I'm definitely working on differentiating those two. The parents are total enablers. And they're not doing it with their own money. It's fine to enable when you're using your own sustenance, but when you're enabling with someone else's pocketbook, that's when it becomes an extra problem.
Yeah. Yeah, OP did 0 things wrong.
No, sister-in-law needs to, because it's very hard when you have someone that you love and you see that they're either going down a bad path, doing things poorly, stuff like that, what have you. But there comes a point when you have to truthfully, cut them off and make them actually take care of themselves.
You can't enable that.
Because currently they're enabling what? Bad behavior. She's on her own. Well, not on her own. She has a kid, but she apparently expects her brother to take care of a good portion of that, and then gets mad when she doesn't get her free stuff. Mm-hmm. And the parents are part of it too. Well, we always thought that our kids should take care of each other. Sounds like one of them's taking care of the other one, but doesn't sound like the sister's doing too much.
Yeah.
Sounds like all she's doing is creating problems for her brother to solve. If that's what, make him feel useful. That's what we need. And, I mean, I guess in a way that was their plan at one point, but he got married. You know? Sounds like you just sort of got to get over that.
Yeah, I kind of just got to grow up. No, I completely agree. Yeah. Too bad, so sad.
Too real?
Get a job. Get a husband. Something. I don't know. You can't just sit there on your butt and expect money to appear, people to pay for
The
you all
problem is
the
when
time.
it does. That's why
Yeah.
you keep doing it.
That's true.
Because it takes, you know, after you mow about that third lawn, that's when you really become a capitalist. You know, you can be a communist all you want, then you start mowing lawns in the summer, you're like, wow, money's pretty great. You get real hungry, and you're like, I need to go to work.
Yeah.
Is that the end?
I think so.
Yeah.
Very negative on this last one.
But not for OP.
But not for OP.
I feel bad for her.
You're golden, lady. Nice house, by the way. We'd like an invite.
Oh no. Next thing you know, you're gonna ask to be on the.
We'd say you deserve it. We would not insult you like your sister-in-law did.
No. If it's your husband's, it's yours too.
Exactly. Now,
And vice versa.
Whether they would 100% agree with that, that's a different question. But
And that's
you know,
the way it is.
exactly.
And vice versa. That's how marriage works.
It's the truth. I'm just saying I don't know if they would agree with it.
Yeah,
She would
probably
say.
not.
I guess she just doesn't understand how marriage works.
That is also true. That does give me a little bit of hope for their situation. But some of the language she chose to use is giving me less hope for the true full understanding.
And it is for
Cleanliness,
Time.
clarity.
time, clarity, and cleanliness.
Exactly. So, what would you recommend?
A Baja Blast.
And I would recommend Mountain Dew Code Red.
Mine's better.
It might
But
be better,
that's a topic
Mountain
for
Dew.
next week.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Soda versus soda. Fight.
Ooh.
Catch you next time.